You and a millionaire walk into a store. You both buy the exact same $2,000 laptop. You both use a credit card. You both walk out with the exact same thing. But one of you just used the credit card to become a little richer. The other may have just become a little poorer. And no, the difference isn't some secret billionaire credit card with unlimited points. It's something much simpler. Most people use credit cards to borrow money they haven't earned yet. Wealthy people are more likely to use them to spend money they already have while collecting benefits along the way. Same card, same purchase, completely different system. And once you see the difference, you might realize that the problem was never the piece of plastic in your wallet. It was the habit attached to it. So let's follow two people. They earn the same salary. They have the same credit limit. They even have the same credit card. But over the next 10 years, one of them will use that card as a tool. The other will use it to quietly build a life he can't actually afford. And the difference starts with one purchase. Person 1, the $2,000 laptop. Meet Alex. Alex wants a new laptop. It costs $2,000. He has $6,000 sitting in his bank account. He could use his debit card. He could pay cash. Instead, he uses his credit card. Why? Because his card gives him rewards. Maybe cash back, maybe points, maybe purchase protection. But here's the important part. The moment Alex spends $2,000 on the card, in his mind, that $2,000 is already gone. He doesn't look at his bank account and think, I still have $6,000. He thinks, I have $4,000. Because $2,000 of that money already belongs to the credit card company. When the statement arrives, he pays the full balance, no interest, no carrying the purchase into next month. He gets the laptop, he gets the rewards, and the credit card company makes almost nothing from his borrowing. Alex isn't using the credit card because he needs credit. He's using it as a payment system. That's the trick, and it sounds ridiculously simple. But now meet Ben. Person 2, the same laptop. Ben wants the exact same laptop, $2,000. But Ben only has $700 in his bank account. So when he sees the laptop, he doesn't ask, can I afford $2,000? He asks, can I afford the monthly payment? And that tiny change in the question changes everything because $2,000 feels expensive. But $89 a month? That feels manageable. So Ben buys it, and for a moment, he feels exactly like Alex. Same laptop, same box, same feeling of walking out with something new. But Alex bought a laptop. Ben bought a laptop and a future obligation. And that's where the credit card starts doing something dangerous. It separates the pleasure of buying from the pain of paying. You get the reward today. Your future self gets the bill. And your future self is about to become very busy. The habit that quietly makes you poorer. A month later, Ben wants new headphones. $300. Not a big deal. Then dinner, $120. Then a weekend away, $600. Then his car needs a repair, $900. And every individual purchase feels manageable because Ben isn't mentally adding them together. He's looking at the available credit. $8,400 available? Plenty of room. But available credit is not money. It's permission to borrow. And slowly, without Ben ever making one obviously catastrophic financial decision, his future income starts disappearing. Before he gets paid next month, part of that paycheck already belongs to the laptop. Another part belongs to the headphones. Another part belongs to the weekend. Another part belongs to the car repair. Ben is spending next month's money. This month. And that creates a cycle that's incredibly difficult to see while you're inside it. Because Ben still earns a good salary. He still goes to work. Money still enters his bank account every 2 weeks. But increasingly, that money arrives already spoken for. The real credit card trick. Now go back to Alex. Alex uses his credit card for almost everything. Groceries, fuel, flights, bills. The same behavior that looks dangerous when Ben does it. But there's one crucial difference. Alex never lets his credit limit determine what he can afford. His bank balance does. If Alex has $5,000 available for spending, A $20,000 credit limit doesn't make him $20,000 richer. His spending limit is still $5,000. The credit card company may say, "You can spend $20,000. Alex says, "No, I can't." That single distinction is where many people go wrong. Your credit limit tells you how much the bank is willing to lend you. It does not tell you how much you can afford. And banks are very happy when you confuse those two numbers. Because Alex asks, "Do I already have the money?" Ben asks, "Will the card approve it?" Those questions can lead two people earning identical incomes into completely different lives. And if you're starting to realize that personal finance has less to do with complicated formulas, and more to do with understanding how money actually works, that's exactly what we explore on this channel. So if you want to get smarter with money without sitting through another boring finance lecture, subscribe, because there's another reason credit cards are so good at getting people to overspend. And strangely enough, it has almost nothing to do with interest. Mel, why credit cards feel like free money? Imagine I put $100 in cash in your hand. Now I ask you to buy a $100 dinner. You physically hand the money away. Your wallet becomes lighter. You feel the transaction. Now, imagine tapping a piece of plastic. Beep. Done. Nothing visibly leaves your possession. And that's the psychological advantage credit cards have over you. They reduce friction, and friction isn't always bad. Sometimes friction is the little voice that asks, "Do I actually need this?" But credit cards make spending almost invisible. Tap, swipe, click. Buy now. Save card details. One click. And every step removed between wanting something and owning it makes spending easier. For someone with a system, that's convenient. For someone without one, it's dangerous because convenience amplifies whatever habits you already have. A disciplined person gets more efficient. An impulsive person gets faster at being impulsive. The rewards trap, and then come the points. Spend $3,000 and earn 60,000 points. Get 3% cash back. Double points this weekend. And suddenly, spending money starts feeling productive. You weren't buying a $900 television. You were earning points. You weren't booking an unnecessary trip. You were maximizing rewards. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you spend $1,000 you wouldn't otherwise have spent to earn $30 in rewards, you didn't make $30. You lost $970. The rewards only work when the purchase was already going to happen. Alex doesn't buy something because it earns points. He earns points because he was already going to buy it. That's a completely different relationship with rewards. The wealthy person's question is, how can I get more value for money I'm already spending? The broke person's question becomes, what can I spend money on to get this reward? And credit card companies know exactly which customer is more profitable. The $10,000 test. Here's a simple test. Imagine your credit card disappeared tomorrow. Every purchase now has to come directly from your bank account. Would anything about your lifestyle change? Would you still book the same vacation, buy the same phone, eat at the same restaurants, order the same things online? If the answer is no, then your credit card may be funding a lifestyle your income cannot comfortably support. Now imagine your card has a $10,000 balance. Someone hands you $10,000 in cash. What do? If your immediate reaction is, I'd finally have $10,000. There's the problem. You don't. The first $10,000 belongs to the debt. Your net position hasn't suddenly improved by $10,000. You've simply been given enough money to return to zero. And zero can feel strangely disappointing when you've been living on borrowed money. The minimum payment illusion. This is where the trap gets worse. Your statement arrives, $5,000 balance. But the minimum payment is much smaller, maybe a couple $100s, and your brain sees the smaller number. Okay, I can handle that. Of course you can. That's the point. The minimum payment isn't designed to answer, what's the smartest way to eliminate this debt? It answers, what's the minimum required to keep this account current? Those are completely different questions. When you carry a balance, interest starts working. But not for you, against you. This is compound growth's evil twin. Invest $1,000 and earn returns. Your money can compound. Borrow $1,000 at a high interest rate and leave it there. The bank's money compounds. Same mathematics. Different winner. And this is where the relationship flips. Alex uses the bank's infrastructure and collects rewards. Ben borrows the bank's money and pays interest. One is trying to extract value from the system. The other is the value the system extracts. The richest person doesn't look rich. Here's where things become interesting. Imagine Alex and Ben 5 years later. Ben has upgraded everything. Better phone, better car, more trips, nicer clothes. From the outside, Ben looks richer. Alex is still driving the same car. His phone is 3 years old. He uses his credit card constantly, but almost never pays interest. And every month, the money Alex doesn't spend maintaining appearances goes somewhere else. Savings, investments, assets. 5 years pass, then 10. Ben has spent years borrowing from his future income to make his present look richer. Alex has spent years sending part of his present income forward. So his future actually becomes richer. And that's the deeper difference. Debt pulls future money backward. Investing pushes present money forward. Both change your lifestyle today, but in opposite directions. The rule rich people understand. The credit card itself isn't the trick. The trick is creating a wall between what you can buy and what you can afford. Your card determines what you can buy. Your money determines what you can afford. Those numbers should never be confused. If you want to use a credit card like a tool rather than a loan, the basic system is simple. Only charge purchases you could already pay for with money you have. Treat the money as spent the moment the card is charged. Pay the statement balance in full and on time whenever possible. Never spend extra just to earn rewards. And never let a credit limit become an extension of your income. Because your available balance isn't wealth. It's debt waiting for permission. The real reason this matters. The difference between Alex and Ben wasn't income. It wasn't intelligence. It wasn't access to some secret credit card. It was timing. Alex spent yesterday's money. Ben spent tomorrow's. And when you repeatedly spend tomorrow's money, eventually tomorrow arrives with nothing left. That's why two people can earn exactly the same salary, drive completely different cars, and the person with the cheaper car can quietly be much wealthier. One person is using money to build a life. The other is using debt to rent the appearance of one. So the next time you pull out your credit card, don't ask, will this go through? Ask, if I had to pay for this with cash today, would I still buy it? Because rich people don't win with credit cards because they know some secret trick. They win because the card never gets to decide what they can afford. They do. And the most expensive thing you can buy with a credit card might not be the thing you purchased. It might be the piece of your future you traded away to get it today. If this video changed the way you think about credit cards, subscribe. Every week, we break down the hidden rules of money, wealth, and financial freedom, without making it feel like a finance lecture. And if you watched all the way to the end, thank you. We genuinely appreciate your support as we build this channel. And before you go, if you think earning more money eventually makes all your financial problems disappear, it doesn't. At $20,000 a year, your biggest problem might be survival. At $100,000, it's something completely different. And at $1 million, you may discover a problem you never expected to have. That's exactly what we explore in Your Problems at Every Level of Income. Watch that one next, because making more money doesn't eliminate your problems. It just changes which problems are waiting for you.